So I saw Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and if I'm being honest, I was pleasantly surprised. For a character I knew nothing about going into the film, I was really able to enjoy these characters and an adventure I've never experienced before. I feel like this movie was overshadowed by the hype for the Marvel Disney Plus shows and the infamous Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. But I literally forgot this movie was coming out until all the Marvel TikTokers that went to the premiere made videos praising it and saying how you should be excited. Shang-Chi introduced some cool ideas and concepts to the MCU that we haven't seen before. That doesn't mean it necessarily breaks the Marvel formula like other MCU projects, but nonetheless, it was extremely entertaining. The story is very easy to follow, and the sprinkled flashback scenes really help the viewer understand the story better. I like how the flashback scenes were used in this movie to grant exposition, instead of just dumping it all on the viewer right at the beginning of the film. Visually, the movie is stunningly vibrant. The scenes are well shot, and there's a scene with awesome water effects. If you see or have seen the film, you'll know what scene I'm talking about. The action scenes are really well done, and you can tell that this movie has its own style when it comes to the choreography. The fight scenes were crafted with care, and it really shows. Character-wise, I feel like the movie handles it extremely well. Specifically, Shang-Chi, his friend Katie, and his father really steal the show. Also, the Mandarin actor, originally from Iron Man 3, is actually extremely funny, and the jokes he makes really land. Combined with his acting and the surprisingly well-written jokes in the film, there were some moments where I genuinely cracked up laughing out loud in the theater. Oh, and that little alien pig thing with no face and wings was oddly cute and really funny. Shang-Chi and Katie are extremely likable characters, and their dynamic works really well. I like both of them a lot and their journeys in the film. We learn a lot about Shang-Chi's past through Katie, and I think it was a solid way of also granting exposition. Needless to say, there are some over-the-top moments in this film that I feel like didn't need to be there. I'd also like to mention most of these minor nitpicks I'm about to mention take place in the final act of the film. So, spoiler warning from here on out. Alright, we're good? Alright, we're good. So the final battle between Shang-Chi and his father is genuinely enjoyable and emotional. The concept of Shang-Chi's family all dealing with the death of Shang-Chi's mother in different ways is actually really interesting and makes the father's motivations for being the main villain of the film really believable. He's dealing with a voice of his head, of his wife telling him she needs to be saved. It's clear he's gone literally insane after losing the only thing he's cared for and the only thing that convinced him to grow older. It makes his conflict with Shang-Chi and his sister specifically more in depth than, oh, I'm evil and I have evil powers and I do evil things. While I thought that specific portions of the final act was good, the rest was just incredibly average and for some reason forced both sides to team up against a giant dragon. Yeah, you heard me right. Both sides set apart their differences in one line and have to fight a massive CGI dragon with fire arrows and their own massive CGI dragon. The dragon showing up was so goofy and unnecessary, I honestly can't help but think, why would they do this? Also, people will probably complain that Katie was able to hit such a crucial shot on the dragon's neck, even though she just picked up the bow and arrow an hour ago. It's kind of like that Rey effect from The Force Awakens, where she's just doing with Kylo after never holding a lightsaber before. I'm not going to complain about it though, and that's only because that wouldn't have had to happen if there wasn't a massive CGI dragon battle at the end of the movie in the first place. The only thing that saves the CGI dragon in the last scene is where Shang-Chi and Katie's friends make fun of the fact that they went to a magical land, slayed a dragon, the day after they complained of not living up to their potential. I thought it was a cute scene that poked at the absurdity of the final act. Dragon aside though, I could nitpick for hours, but I'm not gonna. The movie was enjoyable and that's all that really matters. It set up a fun new character and also had some really cool cameos. Wong was a really fun addition, and we also saw familiar faces such as Captain Marvel, Bruce Banner, and the Abomination, who actually looked very good. Not like this Abomination. See what I did there? It was bad, I know, I'm sorry. These cameos don't just add entertainment value, they do a great job in connecting Shang-Chi to the larger world of the MCU, which is something I think all the Marvel movies do extremely well. Okay, so I'm gonna give Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings a solid 8 out of 10, and that's a solid 8 out of 10. It had great writing, characters, action, world building, and even surprisingly funny jokes. I'm excited to see Shang-Chi and his friends in the future installments of the MCU, and that's what the movie was supposed to do, right? It was a fun introduction to a fun new character, and it doesn't really do anything groundbreaking, but it wasn't supposed to be. This movie was just solely meant to set up a character. It kind of followed the same Marvel formula that we've seen before, but it's alright. It doesn't really matter. This wasn't supposed to be the next Endgame or, supposed to be the next groundbreaking film. And, critics like it, fans like it, I liked it. So, yeah, I think it has a lot going for it.